there, and welcome to installment 19 of Achieve Wellbeing. I'm Dr. Lisa Kirk Brown, retired Air Force Lieutenant Colonel, Doctor of Public Health with almost 30 years experience in preventive medicine, and disabled American veteran. Today I want to present you with the first element in the personality aspect of well-being. The good news here is that in this element you don't need to really do anything, but you need to investigate. This element is on self-awareness. So what is for self-awareness? First of all, the most important step in changing our behavior is to really understand ourselves. Not in a selfish way, but in a very objective way. Several of you, many of you, may have already taken personality tests or some other form of self-assessment. We did a self-assessment tool in the Achieve Wellbeing model at the beginning in installment 2, and that hopefully was very helpful to you to understand where you need to put your efforts in your personal roadmap to well-being, a state of comfort, health, and happiness. Currently, personality research indicates that it may be best to work within your strengths instead of improving your weaknesses. This is different than when I was a younger officer in the Air Force. We were told that we should improve upon our weaknesses, and current research says that really you should understand your strengths. Try to understand what motivates you, what helps you to achieve things in your life, and what helps you to maintain healthy habits towards comfort, health, and happiness. It's different for everyone, and there's no right or wrong answer. Spend some time discovering your strengths. Consider personality tests such as Myers-Briggs or Strengths Finders. There's some Christian ones. There's different ones that can allow you to better understand what motivates you and who you are as a person. And again, there's no wrong or right answer here. We all are created individually. Each person is unique. Each person has different motivations, and each person has different things that kind of trip them up. I have a really close friend who knows that she can't have ice cream in her house, that if she has ice cream in her house, she's going to eat it all, and she knows that that's bad for her, so she just abstains. There's other people that struggle with alcohol, and alcoholism may run in their family, and they just cannot have alcohol because it changes their personality and their biochemistry, and it's not something that's good for them. It decreases their state of comfort, health, and happiness because it causes them to maybe behave in ways that are detrimental to their own person. So try to understand what motivates you. And how I would recommend that you do this is by the personality tests, of course, but also by spending some time alone in contemplation. Try to think about what it is that kind of jazzes you to be healthy. What are the things that make you comfortable? What are the things that make you healthy and happy? For me personally, I know I need some rest. I didn't used to need that, and rest is really important to me. Last night I didn't get very much sleep because I'm going on a trip tomorrow to see my dad. I'm super excited about that. But I'm getting up very early tomorrow, and I was kind of thinking tonight about all the things I have to do. And so I didn't get as much rest as I need, and that does affect my state of comfort, unfortunately. So tonight I'm going to try to get a very good night's sleep. Think about things like that. What actually increases your comfort? Then I would ask for you to spend some time with someone you trust. Ask them and ask yourself, what is it in you that is good? What do you see in yourself? What do they see in you that's good? What are your strengths? And then ask them what areas need improvement. If you trust them, again, it goes back to relationships that we talked about earlier. They can give you a lot of insight into what you need to do to be motivated to maintain a state of comfort, health, and happiness. Stay around people that motivate you, like we talked about earlier in relationships. We do become like those around us, and so it's really important that you select wisely who you maintain relationships with. Be brutally honest with yourself and allow people that you trust to be brutally honest with you. It takes a little bit of hardening of our emotions and takes a little bit of maturity and character to be able to hear the hard things, but I would really recommend you to do that because we're on this life, all challenges for us are meant to improve our character and improve our person and improve our life, and so ask people the hard questions and be really honest with yourself. The self-assessment tool that I provided in installment 2 of this series, Achieve Wellbeing, can also help you be brutally honest with yourself. Science suggests that it takes 3 days to make or break a habit. It's hard to believe that, I know. Some of you maybe have struggled a long time with habits. Smoking, I think of smoking because it's probably one of the most difficult habits to break. But truly, science suggests that if you can make it through 3 days, you're probably going to make it. And so I would just keep that in the back of your mind, that if you can make it 3 days, you're probably going to make it. And if you don't make it for 3 days, maybe just fake it until you make it. We've all heard that before. And I do think that sometimes we have to just fake it till we make it. Put a smile on your face, dig deep into your character, and remember who you are, that you've been through a lot and that you're not going anywhere. But you can do it. Just remind yourself and inspire yourself. And if you need someone else to inspire you, you can always email me at drbrown.disabledveteran@gmail.com, or just ask a friend to help you be motivated. Remember, know what trips you up. Know what causes you to stumble. Keep that in the back of your head and try to avoid those situations if at all possible. Think of it as a turn in the road. You know, if you go right, one thing will happen. If you go left, another thing will happen. Try to look at each choice mindfully, as we were talking about earlier. Be mindful of each decision that you make in your behavior. And we're going to talk a lot more about that in the next installment on behavior and boundaries. So for now, I want you to take some time and really research what personality means to you. Who are you? What motivates you? I did the Strength Finders test, and I was really surprised. Not surprised. It's a blessing and a curse that my #1 strength was achievement. And why that's a blessing is because I have achieved a lot. But why that's a little bit of a curse is I'm very tied to my lists, my to-do lists. And so I've had to learn with my chronic conditions and my age that I can't put as much on my lists, that I can put small things on my lists and then really work to achieve those in each day and feel good about that instead of putting large things on my list, not achieving them, and feeling badly about myself. So that's one of my #1 traits. My second one is positivity, so I'm blessed with that because I remain positive. But I try to work to those strengths now instead of some of my weaknesses. I can tend to get a little bit frustrated and impatient and maybe lazy. I like things to be efficient and smooth, and when they're not, I get a little frustrated by that. So I don't think about that too much anymore. I try to remember that achievement is important, and if I can check it off my list, I'm good to go. And so I try to work within my skill set. And I would really recommend that you do that as well. I thank you for watching Achieve Wellbeing Installment 19. I look forward to talking to you on the next one about behavior and boundaries. Until then, I hope you have a great week, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.